my name is Olivia, and for my senior honors project, I will be creating a video game demo titled Adventure Cats Spelunking. There's 3 reasons why I'm making this game. First, for the experience. I haven't before made a game using professional development software, but this is my first time to do that. And when I'm done, I will have a portfolio piece that I can show to potential recruiters. Be like, hey, here's an awesome thing I made. You should hire me so I can keep making more awesome things. The third reason is just to share my creativity. This is the kind of game I would find fun. Presumably others would as well. So what is this game going to be? It's going to be a 2D platformer. The prime example of this genre is Super Mario Bros. The player travels from one end of the level to the other. The level is seen from a side-on perspective. And the main challenge is avoiding environmental hazards and enemies. This often requires the player to have fast reflexes and precise input. The target audience will be kids and casual gamers. I'm using a pixelated aesthetic for my game because it's quickest to draw. And I will be using a high fantasy setting for the world. The Adventure Cats themselves. They are cats with human-level intelligence. They come in a bunch of fun colors, as you saw in the previous slide, and each one either wields a weapon or some sort of magic power. How to play. The player can do 3 things: walk, jump, and attack. The players and the enemies each have a set amount of health. The enemies deal damage to the player, and the player can fight back. As you see in the top right corner, the player character has an axe. The goal is to reach the crystal at the end of each level, which represents magic artifacts that the cats need to protect their home. And here I've got a video of some demo gameplay. This is what I've been able to create so far. So we've got our cat in the bottom left corner. She's going to collect those coins, making the counter go up. Then we've got an enemy up there, kind of hard to see, I might have to fix that. The enemy deals damage to the player, and now we're going to collect that heart down there in order to get our health back. Boom. Alright. Next is the ally character. The game is single player, but the player isn't acting alone. The computer controls an ally. The ally follows the player's movement and identifies and attacks nearby enemies. Each of the ally possibilities have an ability that supplements the player character's ability. The player character simply attacks. The black cat has a sneak attack ability. The green cat has magic spells that can either boost the player's powers or hurt the enemies. And the yellow cat has an electric attack, which has a little bit more range than the axe does. So how am I going to do this? During this past summer, I designed the player character, the allies, and the monsters, and I drew all the art for that. I also downloaded some open source graphics for the environment and items. I'm only one person, I can't draw everything on my own. The point of this project is to show my technical abilities, not my artistic abilities. Then in the fall, I followed a tutorial on how to set up a player character in a testing level. The engine I'm using for creating this game is Godot. Once I got my practice by following the tutorial, I had a good sense of what can I get done in a certain amount of time, and I was able to create my plan for going forward. The rough outline of my plan is that in January, I will design and build the first level. In February, I will implement the first monster and the combat system. In March, I will distribute the game to my advisors and friends for playtesting. I'll collect the feedback from them and revise. What should I add? What should I remove? What should I change to make the game better? In April, I'll distribute the revised version to a smaller playtesting group to gauge my improvement. That will probably just be my advisors and a couple friends who I know can reply to me quickly. I'll revise again. In May, I'll implement one of the allies, just the movement, no combat skills yet. And I'll design and build the second level. I'll implement the second and third monster types in June, and at that point I'll probably need to revise the combat system. In July, I will implement the Allies' combat code. Then I will distribute the game to the playtesters, the larger group of playtesters, and as I'm waiting for their feedback, I will add sound effects and animations and other things that give life to a game but aren't strictly functional. In August, I'll have that feedback, and then I'll revise, I'll add the final touches I need, and then I will export the final executable. In September, I will write up my creative process / post-mortem review. In October, I will create a thesis presentation, and that will be all ready to go in November or December. My final product will be a Windows executable file, so I can give this game to my friends and they can run it on their computers. I have these initial goals: 3 enemy types, 2 levels, 1 platforming mechanic, 1 ally, and a balanced combat system. If I get all of this done quickly and have spare time, I will pursue these stretch goals: a total of 5 levels, 2 to 3 platforming mechanics, 4 enemy types, a boss fight level, and the ability to choose which of the 3 allies you want with you. And that is my total plan. Thank you for watching my presentation.